Hey guys, welcome to Neighborhood Picks. This is Nooch. Before we get going, I just want to remind everybody watching I am having so much fun with the interaction. The hours on the analytics are through the roof. However, it says that 88% of my viewing, everything, is by non-subscribers. And the numbers are still good, coming up on 500, almost done with the hours to be monetized. So do me a favor, if you like what we do here and you have fun and you get something out of this, and basically you're in the family already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, but hit that subscribe button, and that really helps the channel grow and keep going where we want to go, basically. Today is Wacky Wednesdays. It's like more of a relaxed NFL podcast, and we're going in the rear view to what we saw, what we want to talk about, and then we're gonna talk about fantasy guys and who we think might be a guy and who might not be a guy that we thought might have been a guy. I'll explain. I got a little Yogi Berra in me, but So before we get going, we're going to go gambling. See, we do real football. We do eyeball tests. We do opinions. We do gambling, wagers, and we break it down because I have a history with knowing that. And then we do fantasy because we've been doing fantasy for 20 years now. So it's really a well-rounded show, and we have a lot of fun. So the first thing I want to get at that caught my eye is it's been a dog day. It's been a dog year and a half. The underdogs, I caught on to it last year. If you take the points, you take the money lines, the NFL has been so wacky, a lot of dogs been winning. True to form, the first 2 weeks of the season, first 3 weeks of the season now, there's been a lot of road favorites. Like, just because the team has so much respect, you're seeing home teams as underdogs getting points. And the worst one that I saw last week was the 2-0 Miami Dolphins in the South Florida 90-degree heat. Had Buffalo coming in, who was also 2-0. And Buffalo they went off at a 5.5-point favorite before the game. And I thought that was a highway robbery. And I happened to pick correctly with the Dolphins. So now, one of the facts I wanted to talk about with the Dolphins game is, what's your perception on this? I'd like to know your perception. Did the Bills blow it, or did the Dolphins win it? Because a lot of people say, well, the Bills had the ball for 41 minutes out of a 60-minute game. That's crazy. The Bills had the ball 41 minutes. The Dolphins had it 19, and they should have won the game. But Miami won. But here's the thing. You're in 90-degree heat. Your defense was on the field for 41 minutes. You withstood Josh Allen throwing the ball 63 times and won. To me, my perspective shows fortitude on the Dolphins team, coach, players, organization. That shows fortitude. They survived 63 passing attempts, 41 minutes on defense in 90-degree heat, and found a way to win. Which brings me to my problem for tomorrow night's Thursday night game. I think it's a sucker bet. I'm not sure. Cincinnati's been a rat team for me gambling my whole life, but here's what it is. I just got finished explaining how all these good teams come in. They're road dogs. So Miami, they're 3-0. They just beat the Cyborg, Buffalo, the Super Bowl favorite. Miami's 3-0. They're going into Cincinnati. I would expect Miami to be a couple points favorite. Cincinnati is a 3.5-point favorite over the undefeated Dolphins tomorrow. Now, Cincinnati doesn't look like Cincinnati. When Cincinnati did look like Cincinnati, they got lucky winning because nobody gets sacked that much like Joe Burrow and wins. So I haven't seen them fix much, but they're laying 3.5 to the Dolphins. Now, maybe it's because something with Tua's health. I never saw a guy not concussed wobbling around like that, like Tua. He was wobbling around. He said his back went like Gumby. It looked like he got his bell rung. He might be fibbing about it, but we don't know. We can't speculate. But That's the first thing that jumped out about me. I don't think the Dolphins should be 3.5-point underdog against the Bengals. That means if you take the Dolphins money line, you're actually getting extra money. You know, you put you put $100, you're getting back two something. You don't even have to lay anything. The Dolphins are underdogs. Feels like a trap. I feel like all the money in the world. Oh, here's what you do. If that line's 3.5 right now, take Miami plus the 3.5. That line's gonna swing. I guarantee you by tomorrow night the Dolphins will be a 1-point favorite. So you take the Dolphins plus 3.5. Tomorrow you take the Bengals plus 1. And if the Bengals win by 1, 2, or 3, you hit the middle. Remember I told you guys about the middle? That's going to be a middle. That line's going to swing 3 or more points. That's a perfect example of a middle. So anyway, moving on. There's a few things that other than what I just spoke about that I really want to go over. Things that I'm seeing that do I believe it or not? Like a believer non-believer segment. First of all, Jalen Hurts. I never could figure out why everybody kept doubting him. Well, I don't know. I got to see it from Jalen Hurts. There's guys that come into the league and they talk about him like they're God. And then Jalen Hurts, he's come in the league, been nothing but mature, a winner. You see the guy fucking squatting 700 pounds. You know he's a worker, mature. I love his demeanor. I love his skill. I love his strength. I love his poise. I'm a believer in Jalen Hurts. And I think Jalen Hurts, when you're talking about Eagles quarterbacks, I think Jalen Hurts could definitely become better than Donovan McNabb. And Donovan McNabb went to NFC championships and a Super Bowl. Who's better right now, Michael Vick on the Eagles or Jalen Hurts right now? I don't know. Am I causing a little trouble saying shit like that? One of my friends told me to compare Jalen Hurts right now to Michael Vick. I said, whoa, hold your horses. I lived through this. Michael Vick, when he came up, he was like 21. The Falcons made the playoffs and went to Lambeau. This is before this 07 Super Bowl and all that when the Giants did it. At this point in time, it was like 4 or 5 years before that, nobody went to Lambeau and beat Brett Favre. Michael Vick went to Lambeau in the playoffs and beat Brett Favre. So before we jump off the bridge for Jalen Hurts, I love him so far, but that's also what gets me. I don't think anybody should ever talk about MVP talk after week 3. I seen guys on major networks saying, "Oh, Jalen Hurts early candidate for MVP." They were doing that with Dak last year. It was like 6 games into the season. Well, Dak's got an MVP season. Go and get the bag. Like, whoa. I'm sick of that shit. That's got to go. I've been hearing that for 4 years with the Carson Wentz. Well, when Carson Wentz was having that MVP season when they were 9-0, 9. The season was 16 games. 9 is one more than 8. 8-8. If he played 8 games, it would be half a season. He played one more game than half a season. I don't want to hear every year about the time Carson Wentz was almost the MVP. He didn't play the last 10 games, the last 7, the 3 playoffs with Nick Foles. That was Nick Foles' season. Enough with the Wentz. Enough with the guy that sprained both ankles on one play. Right? So, no more MVP talk yet, except for maybe one guy. I'm going to contradict myself. Hey, it's my show, my rules. I'm so happy for Lamar Jackson right now. Talk about 2 guys that bet on themselves. They offered Aaron Judge $350 million before the season. He turned it down. We were like, what the fuck? He's in the lead for the Triple Crown right now, getting a little nervous because we're running out of games and he didn't break the home run record yet. But forget that. He's leading the league in batting average, homers, and RBIs. He's about to win the Triple Crown. They're going to have to give him a $500 million contract, the Yanks. He turned down $350 and superseded Babe Ruth. They're going to have to give him a $500 million. Now, football, much more dangerous. Lamar Jackson. He wanted Deshaun money, $350, whatever. They gave Deshaun Watson $350 million. The guy had $350 million rubbing tugs. They gave him $350 million. Lamar said, I'm going to bet on myself. Why? Because Lamar's got confidence. Lamar is a tremendous quarterback. Lamar Jackson is superseding his MVP season right now. I know don't talk MVP, but going in, finishing the first month of the season, he's outperforming his 2019 MVP season. He's in the top 5 in passing. He's in the top 5 in rushing. And I got a point to bring up. This is where stereotypes come in. This is where I'm going to stick up for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is an elite thrower of the football. He's got great touch. Not good touch, great touch. He's a runner like we've never seen. He's not as fast as Michael Vick, but he's a little more durable, and he's a little more elusive, and they got more running plays for him. Michael Vick would drop back and like skid, like in the playground and bounce. Like Lamar's actually run RPOs and shit like that, so it's a little different. Nobody had the running ability as Vick, but Lamar's the better runner. Okay? It's hard to explain another time. Now, Lamar, here's what I want to tell you guys about Lamar. And I've never heard anybody say this take, so I want you to tell me if I'm fucking crazy or if I'm onto something. Now, Lamar throws the football great. There's another guy that's considered a GOAT. And when I watch the tape and I break down the tape, most quarterbacks throw from their ear or here, right? Lamar throws it like a little 3/4, right? 3/4. And everybody gives him shit about his release. But I was watching tape the other day, and you know who else throws with almost the exact same arm slot as Lamar Jackson? Go ahead, I'll wait. Just picture this. Who is that? Aaron Rodgers. If you break down the tape and you're honest with yourself, Lamar Jackson's arm angle and Aaron Rodgers' arm angle are more similar than any other 2 quarterbacks in the league that don't throw traditional. So don't give me shit on if Lamar can throw or not. He's already shown that he could, dropping dimes this year. And his arm slot is similar to Rodgers. Nobody bothers Rodgers. And Rodgers seemed to, I think things worked out for Rodgers. Okay? So that's that. So I'm a believer in Lamar. I'm a believer in Hurts. I'll tell you what, Saquon Barkley is second in the league in rushing. I'm loving that. I'm loving it. There's so much good shit going on right now. Out of all the rookie receivers, Chris Olave is quietly coming on, guys. He had a decent week 1. He had a pretty good week 2. Last week he exploded. 10 for 147. Who's throwing the ball? Major yardage, chunkage, Jameis Winston. Always known for yards. Olave, keep your eye on Olave as a rookie. There's a lot going on. There's a couple guys that I'm worried about. I'm a little bit worried about Kyle Pitts. Drake London and Cordell seem to be 1, 2. Kyle Pitts seems to be 3. Everybody thought Kyle Pitts would be that dude. I don't know if he's a guy yet. There's a lot of stuff going on. Tua's health. I want to see that. I want to see Herbert's health. How many times are we going to send this kid out? Maybe he needs a week off. I'm not sure about that yet. We got to do Pick'em Wednesdays. I want to talk about some other stuff with some other people. So this was just a wacky Wednesday podcast of a few things I wanted to talk about in the NFL. And then we're going to have Ryan on. We're going to talk about some things, whatever he wants to talk about. And then we're going to have the Pick'ems with my cousins and Ryan. So we got a lot more going on. But this was the Wednesday NFL podcast. Guys, don't forget, hit that like button so we can keep growing the channel. And I'll see you guys later.